Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. Now, Philly's Gabe Rosado, the dude has mad heart. He's getting ready for his upcoming UK fight in Liverpool against Martin Murray. And I think this should be a good scrappy fight. It's on April 22nd, the same night as there's a couple fights. You got Andre Berto versus Sean Porter. Also, you have a top-ranked pay-per-view with Shakur Stevenson making his pro debut. You have Oscar Valdez, who's taking on Nicholas Walters' former opponent and amateur fighter in Miguel Mariaga, and then you also have Zurdo Gilberto Ramirez on that card. So April 22nd is lit. There's a lot of boxing going on, and I had to do this updated video. Now, I feel like Gabe Rosado, people like the BoxRec fan, and there's nothing wrong with BoxRec, I use them all the time, but what I'm talking about is BoxRec fan, they don't take things into consideration. They merely look at someone's record, and Gabe Rosado has a record of 23 wins with 10 losses. So you look at it like, oh, double-digit losses. But the thing that he doesn't get enough credit for is his tenacity and durability, right? Because even in his stoppage losses, the dude's not getting stopped, like knocked out brutally. Like where, I mean, you could say it's brutal, like the Golovkin, he was pretty bloody and stuff like that, but he's not, what I'm saying is he's not getting destroyed like when Pacquiao got knocked out versus Marquez, or when Khan got knocked out versus Canelo. Those are like flatline knockouts, just bow. You know what I'm saying? And Gabe Rosado, the thing I like about him, as you guys seen in the title, is he's really down to fight everybody. Now, if everybody in boxing did exactly what Gabe Rosado did and has done, then I think a lot more people would have multiple losses and stuff like that. But the fact is, boxing is a business now, and it's the social media age, and I give it up to Rosado. Now, I was actually going to try to link up, I know some of Rosado's people. I was going to go out to Philly and get some like behind the scenes stuff for you guys for this particular fight, but just with timing and everything, it didn't work, and he's already out in the UK. Now he's out in the UK and he's sparring with Anthony Yarde, who some of you guys in the States might not have heard of him at the moment, but his name is growing, and he's a light heavyweight. He's a big light heavyweight. He's 6 foot and he's 9-0 undefeated. He hasn't really fought any top names, but he has 8 knockouts for an 89% knockout ratio. 8 knockouts in those 9 fights. And just if you see the dude, he's big. He almost looks like a cruiserweight. You know what I mean? Just looking at him, some people might even think he's like a small heavyweight, and small in comparison to the Deontay Wilders, Tyson Furies of the world. But he's a big dude, and that's who Gabe Rosado is sparring with to close his training camp, right? In the UK, he's over there trying to adjust to the time zone and stuff like that before the Martin Murray fight. So, I mean, I give it up to Rosado because this dude has heart. Since 2013, he's been challenging himself. Now, just to give you guys a backstory with Rosado, Rosado started boxing late. He was at one point working at Home Depot, like part-time or full-time, whatever. Plus, he was trying to do the boxing and trying to navigate a career. So he did have early losses to Alfredo El Perro Angulo. He got knocked out in that fight, TKO, and he was still on his feet. And this was when Angulo was running through people before the James Kirkland. Angulo, I believe, was he might have lost to Kirkland, but it was when Angulo was on HBO all the time and stuff like that. And Gabe Rosado lost that particular fight, but he bounced back and he had some wins. And his win before the Golovkin fight was Charles Whitaker, and he had secured a position at 154 junior middleweight to challenge then champion Cornelius K9 Bundridge, who was the champion. I think he had the IBF belt, and he was like, I think he fought an eliminator, and he was on like a 3 knockout streak, and he had a bunch of wins in a row at 54. He was supposed to fight Gennady Golovkin, who had fought Proska I think at the time, and just made his HBO debut, and he was supposed to fight Golovkin at a catchweight. But Rosado, being the tough Philly dude that he is, he opted to say, you know what, even though Golovkin's team offered me this fight at a catch weight, you know what, scratch the catch weight, because I don't want no excuses. I'll fight the dude at the regular 160. And he moved up, giving up his #1 mandatory spot at 54 for K9 Bundrage, which is probably an easier fight. I'm not saying he would have definitely won that. Cornelius Bundrage is a good fighter, but I mean, Golovkin would. Golovkin's a good fighter. We all know that, and that's at a higher weight, and he's a bigger puncher. So, and he's taller and stuff like that. So, I mean, you got to respect that. You got to respect it. And he actually gave Golovkin a decent scrap, especially being cut and bloody and stuff like that. He showed massive heart. Then he fought J'Leon Love. Right after that, he fought Peter Quillin. After that, he fought Jermell Charlo. Then he fought David Lemieux. Then he fought Josh Clottey. Like, listen, that's from Golovkin. That's in 2013. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights in a row from 2013 to 2014 when he fought David Lemieux, or actually 2015 when he was on the Golden Boy card and fought Josh Clottey. That's like murderer's row. Gennady Golovkin, J'Leon Love, Peter Quillin, Jermell Charlo, David Lemieux, Josh Clottey. That's back to back to back to back, right? And then recently he fought Willie Monroe. Now he's fighting Martin Murray. So, I mean, it's sad because in boxing, if you have losses, they don't treat you like UFC fighters. If you have a bunch of losses, then people say, oh, you need to give it up. And I mean, it's just unfortunate. And even fights like the J'Leon Love fight. See, this is how I know who knows boxing, because if you know boxing, you'll know little things. And I'm not making excuses, because the J'Leon Love fight was later changed to a no decision or no contest because J'Leon Love had something in his system that was on the ban list. I forgot what it was, but it was something. So that got kind of changed to like a no decision, no contest. The Peter Quillin fight, shout out to my dude Kid Chocolate. Just interviewed him a couple days ago, and the videos are on the channel. But that was a good fight. That was a close fight. And Quillin was doing very good early, but it looked like Gabe Rosado started getting a second win, but unfortunately he has that scar tissue. And then that was that. It just was, it got stopped on a cut. Jermell Charlo, now he didn't look good in that Charlo fight to me, but I think it was because he was fluctuating his weight. Since the Golovkin fight, he had 2 other fights, including Golovkin fight at 160, and then he tried to drop back down to 54 to fight Jermell Charlo. So that wasn't really a good look, and he lost a unanimous decision. And then immediately after, he fought David Lemieux. Just a crazy schedule. He even fought in between all this in the BKB and fought guys like Curtis Stevens and Brian Vera. So the dude's scrapping with whoever. And now he's fighting Martin Murray again April 22nd in Liverpool at the Echo Arena. So I give him major props for that. And it's unfortunate he has scar tissue. Unfortunate that he started boxing so late. And, you know, he really had to learn on the job, fighting in gulos and stuff before he was ready. And that just kind of comes with the territory. But I'm definitely going to check out the Martin Murray fight. I think that's either anybody's fight. I know he's motivated for like another title run, and Martin Murray should be the same. Martin Murray is 34. He's a pretty big dude. Not the biggest puncher, but Martin Murray is another person who I thought he beat Felix Sturm. They lied and said it was a split draw or some stupid shit. He beat Max Bursek, who's fighting Gilberto Ramirez. He beat, in my opinion, Sergio Martínez, but it was in Sergio's backyard in Argentina, so they didn't give it to him. One of the knockdowns he didn't get credit for. So Martin Murray's definitely game. Golovkin obliterated him. Who else did he fight? Arthur Abrams. Yeah, he lost a split decision. George Groves, he lost. But some of these losses should be disputed. Like I said, if you just judge people off of BoxRec, you're like, oh, Martin Murray, he's 34-4. You're like, oh, 4 losses. But you got to look at it. One of the losses to Sergio Martínez, he should have won, right? The Felix Sturm, he shouldn't have had no draw. That was a clear victory to me for Martin Murray, right? Out of all the people, Golovkin probably beat him down the most convincing. But, you know what I mean? The Arthur Abrams was a close fight and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. I'm going to be looking forward to this particular fight. Another person that Gabe Rosado doesn't get credit for fighting is he fought and beat Kassim Ouma, who, if you guys know your boxing, gave Golovkin problems before really anybody gave Golovkin problems. It was Kassim Ouma, southpaw. So make sure you guys check out that Golovkin fight. But Kassim Ouma, that was a real good fight for Golovkin. Another person with 10 losses, right? That was a good, really good fight for Golovkin, and he pushed him. But let me know what you guys think. I like Rosado's attitude, and again, I just wish boxing was less of a cruel sport where people, they didn't give these guys such a hard time, because it's like the fighters we want to see make these mega fight, Canelo and Golovkin, it takes forever to get those fights. But then the gung-ho fighters that are just down to fight anybody, then they're the ones that maybe have more losses, but look who they faced, you know what I mean? And again, if everybody was fighting Gabe Rosado level back-to-back 5 opponents in a row with names and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you would see more blemished records. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. It goes down April 22nd. Right now, Rosado's finishing up his camp training with a light heavyweight, Anthony Yarde. Let's see how Rosado's face holds up and his skin and scar tissue in this upcoming fight. And let's see how Martin Murray does. Both guys should be trying to gun for a last title shot after some losses. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.